welcome to Connecticut at Your Service, where we come to you live from Stratford, Connecticut at soundviewtv.org. I am Lourdes Delgado, and here at Connecticut at Your Service, we strive to inform, engage, and entertain. And today we have a very special guest, the creator of Connecticut at Your Service, and she is Carmen Nieves. She's so many different things. But let me tell you that she's first born and raised in Stamford. She's been in Bridgeport for 20 years. She's married to her wonderful husband, Victor, for nearly 40 years. They have 3 daughters, and they have 7 grandchildren. And we are so excited to have her today because if it were not for Carmen, this program wouldn't be here. So Carmen, tell us about yourself. How did this all get going?
How I tell you about myself, I don't even, it's very weird to be on this side. And first, before we get started, Lourdes, I just want to say how much I appreciate you, Terry, Elaine, God, who am I forgetting? Kathy, and everybody who pitches in to make sure that this show is going live. I will tell you, I think you get the championship belt outside of Terry. Thank you so much for holding it down for me. So as many of our kind of viewers know, I've been having some guest hosts because I've been doing a bunch of different things. And part of that is I started a company 15 months ago, 2.5 years ago, but I've moved into a separate space that's about 5,000 square feet. And we do 3 primary things to help us serve entrepreneurs and creatives. We have co-working space, maker space, so we have all kind of equipment. And then we have retail space where people can sell what they make. So I'm really excited. You've been there.
Yes.
Thank you so much. So, and I started the company because of my grandson. Matter of fact, I thought that, I know you've taken the tour, but I thought that 10 times over, kind of like seeing it is really leading into it. So I brought you a little surprise, and I have a video that I brought so you guys can take a tour of the facility. ViMa Row and Company and VMR Manufacturing are business and arts incubators located at 576 and 596 John Street in the heart of Bridgeport, Connecticut. We are not artists, we are opportunity makers. My name is Carmen Nieves and I am the founder. We occupy 5,000 square feet of work, creative, and selling space located in one location. As we grew to fill our needs, it also created an opportunity to support other businesses and creatives by offering member spaces, opportunities to gather, collaborate, learn, create, and sell their goods, all in one location. ViMa Row and Company offers co-working spaces, which include flex seating, dedicated seats, meeting rooms, and virtual offices. VMR Manufacturing incubator spaces, although are not a studio, we offer our members use of our equipment to help them create projects. We have photography equipment, sewing machines, heat presses, a laser engraver, countless woodworking tools, a Cricut, and more. Our boutique offers spaces to sell created goods for our products and our member goods. To learn more about our products, memberships, and opportunities, go to our website, www.vimarowandco.com, or call 203-650-0489. We hope to see you.
That is wonderful. Carmen, I've been there, so I know how excited. I know I was excited. And for anyone in the audience who may be a little curious, I tell you, you need to go check it out. But tell us, how did this all begin?
So I brought a slide that and I'll explain the story behind it, where we made my commemorative bench for my grandson. And it's kind of like tough if you could cue up that slide with the benches on it, you'll take a look at. So 2.5 years ago, maybe a little bit more, my daughter was pregnant with twins, and we lost one of the twins. And I just needed, through my grief and loss, everybody related to grief and loss has their own story. And I used to manage a construction program called Youth Build. So, and we made benches there. So I was like, well, maybe, because there wasn't a funeral, there wasn't a service, nothing like that. So we didn't have anything to hang on to. So we partnered with Habitat, because I used to partner with Habitat. And what you're gonna see in the picture is my family made a bench. His aunt did like a little poem, and we had a plaque made and put on the bench. And that's my daughter's backyard that they have, like a playground for her children. The young man in the third picture from my left, that's the brother. So the mom and the sister, and the mom and the brother and her son, you could see them doing the woodworking together.
It's a real family affair.
Listen, you could take the slide off, because it's just, some people are okay with sharing the story, and sometimes people are not okay with sharing the story of grief and loss. But for me, it was a really, really important piece to helping me heal. I needed that his passing means something, that we leave a legacy. And I will tell you that I have found that a lot of people that start nonprofits and things that make a difference have done it because of some type of lived experience related to grief and loss. Wow. They start foundations, they do parks, they start a scholarship. For me, it was this building and leaving something for my grandchildren to kind of do when they're older, and I hope that they will.
That's powerful.
They're not interested now, but I'm hoping that they will be.
Yeah, that's powerful. That's powerful. And please tell the audience, why is it called ViMa Row?
So, thank you. So the company's name, it was the first 2 letters of my grandson's name. And his name was his name is Victor Manuel Rodriguez. You can't get any more Hispanic than that. And their family is just beautiful. And she has 3 other children, with this one is 4. And I just wanted it to mean something for me, that although maybe not right now, for my family it will mean something. So I've got right now 2 staff people that kind of help out. The gentleman you saw there was Benny, and he manages our warehouse, our logistics, kind of anything to do with the store, he kind of manages that. And then the side where you saw where we could do classrooms, we could have artists teach classes, which we're gonna be launching workshop schedule. We're always looking for teaching artists that wanna teach something, do something. So I could not be prouder of this organization. And I will tell you, anybody that starts a new company knows the blood, sweat, and tears that it takes. Why am I doing it when I'm almost 60? I don't know. But I felt very moved that was how I was to serve for the rest of my life. Whether it's there or not, I don't know, but this will be what we will be doing, and we want to empower youth. So we've got a podcast studio in there, a sewing room. We have a lot of woodworking tools, that's what you saw most of, because what we started out with was, and still is, making benches. We have a special contract, which you've seen, with Rise Up, who's now is our fiscal sponsor, and we make able tables for them, which are customized tables for people in wheelchairs. So I just can't be prouder of the work that we do, and what we want to do next is help other creatives and entrepreneurs, kind of, because sustaining a big building like that is tough.
Expensive, yes.
So we've got to do it as a community together, so that you guys, all of us, can hold each other up.
I know when I went to visit, I was really impressed by you have a section that looks like almost separate offices where people can meet. Talk about that. What happens there?
So we have, as you saw on the video, we have 2 different divisions of the organization. The first one is the co-working classroom event space, because we could turn it around. In that area, we have one big space that, depending on how you see
Yes.
people, about 50 people can be in there. We've got a classroom, and then we've got like a conference room that is very like leather seats,
Yes,
really
yes,
nice
I
table.
saw, yes.
When we have meetings with the youth there, they love being in there because they feel
It looks like a boardroom.
yes,
Yes,
like real
very-
official.
Yeah.
Which you might have saw in the video as well. But I really want to welcome other people, because when we started this business, I was working out of my spare bedroom on a desk, right? So then we were like, well, where do we have meetings to talk about our work? Where do we create, and then where do we sell? So this opportunity came up thanks to a friend of mine, and Things Matter used to be there before. And it just snowballed into place. So now we have a place where artists and teaching artists can teach, do workshops. We'll have people in. We have a space where people can make things, and then a space where people can sell stuff at the store that they make. And it's really the best of all three worlds in one location. We are diagonal to Northeast Generator and behind 5 Star Pizza. So you can't miss it. Right behind 5 Star Pizza. And we've got a big mural on our wall that says together.
I was just going to say, you can't miss it, because when you drive down John Street, it's a beautiful. And I remember the first time I went there, I did not see it. And the second time I went by, I said, wow, it's very impressive. It's very impressive. And for the old timers, that's where, across the street from where Howland's used to be, Howland's store. Very nice
no, I didn't
shopping
know.
store. Yes,
I've been in Bridgeport for about 25
Right.
years, somewhere about that. And I will tell you, although you said that, I was born and raised in Stamford, I will tell you that Bridgeport is really where I call home. I can't see myself in any other place unless I hit lotto. Then I don't know where we'll
That's a
end up.
different story.
I don't know where we'll end up. But I'm very fortunate to have a husband that's very supportive. I have daughters that try to help me as much as I can. My grandkids have a little business that's called Cousin Snacks. So they sell snacks, and we have a little cart that my girlfriend let me borrow. And then Benny's daughter makes custom pens. So we have two youth entrepreneurs out of that
Wonderful.
space. And my hope is that we'll do more of that. So I have a flyer that I wanted to show you. I'm sorry, I'm leading into them. So the first one is, you can actually see some of the rooms. I know you saw them on the video, but that's the outside of the building. That's the conference room I was telling you about. Our classroom, and then we've got the middle that we call the hub for people to kind of do that. And then you can work, create, and sell in one location. And that's kind of the flyer that I just did. This is really kind of the second time I publicized it. But it talks about makerspace. So those are our summer youth at the bottom that made T-shirts in our space using vinyl and heat presses. We have kids, one of the kids there with the orange shirt, and he set up our sewing room. Cam set up our podcast room. So you could take it down.
Actually, I was going to ask, I see that you also have free Wi-Fi. So if I have an organization, right, if I have an organization that maybe wants to look for a different place to meet, I can contact you. Hey, Carmen, we'd like to have a meeting with about 30 people, 35 people, and we can use it knowing that you have the Wi-Fi.
And all the equipment. We have TVs that project,
okay.
right? We can move the space around on the walls that I didn't really kind of like focus on that too much, but we tend to showcase local artists, their work. Matter of fact, I'm not one to gossip, but there's some artwork on there
I noticed.
that is part of Ricky Mestri, who's just absolutely amazing
yes.
and helps us out with the show. And when I asked him to just let me showcase some pieces, not a problem. He's like, come get them. Yeah. And that's really the way that the community supports us. And you're big on that because you're like the #1 network, even better than me. We're on the phone and we're like, you need to see these 3, 4, 5 different people. But we honestly do this. I really understand it when you say it, that we can't do things together. We've got to work together.
Yeah, we have.
And we have to showcase each other. And I love the fact that when we're talking, you're like, oh, we could interview this person or that person. So I love that, because spreading the message about what people do beyond their jobs is so important, and I want to thank you for that. Especially,
you know what? Listen,
I love you to pieces.
But it's really important because if a community is going to be strong, it has to work together. And in order to work together, you need to know what resources are available, right? And this resource is a wonderful resource that can be used by many different types of organizations. And I think that's what's key. A lot of times you may go to a specific place, but it's only geared to, let's say, an event, and that's it. But you have so many different components there. And with your creativity, I think you keep coming up with something new all the time.
So do you. And then you got me going 5 different directions. You know, the great thing is that we call the people who use our space members. Okay. So there is people that can, use the space for an hour. They could use it for half a day. They could use it for all day. We like it when they do monthly because then for me, what I want is people in that space. Mm-hmm. I need people to see it because, like you said, people don't know that we're there. We're trying to change the signage, but there's a sign that I can't even take it down. It's so heavy. Yeah. So we're trying to really word of mouth. And I brought a couple of events that we're having this week.
Yes, I saw that.
So if it would be okay to kind of like showcase, put those up. So the first one is called Cafecito Entre Amigos with GBLN.
That's a nice networking activity, right? Yes.
You've been to some of those, right?
Yeah, yes.
They're extraordinary. And they're asking for people to come, whether you're new to GBLN or just a person that's been with us since it started. Come. It's going to be next Thursday. And it's going to be an after work. We're going to have coffee and light refreshments. And it's at my space, so you know how to like that. One of the things that we're doing with the Artist Hub is that they're having a mentoring grant just open. So they're looking for 6 pairs. So they had an event, I think like in Middletown area or something. And I said, why don't we bring it here? And Miss Collins is just amazing. Was like, let's go. So we need to make sure that artists come. You do need to RSVP. I put it on my Facebook. And the other really important thing is that 100 Girls Leading. Soundview TV has been involved for the last 3 or 4 years. And it's a 1-day mentoring event. It says 100 girls, but I tell you, we probably have had upwards of 500. So we want people to know about it. We want you to schedule your events in our space. Come and take a tour. I just can't say enough my space. And the people that help me.
I think what's really important with this networking event is that it is from 5 to 6:30. So people can get out of work at 5 o'clock and go, whereas sometimes once you have to go home, you don't want to come out. But this way you can go, network, meet other people in a facility that's it's intriguing. I think it's intriguing. Make sure that you take a tour, right? Because will they be able to?
Absolutely.
I'm assuming, but
Yeah. We always give a tour because people are not familiar with the space. The mentoring grant is kind of like really, really important because it's artist to artist, right? So if you want to be the mentee or the mentor, anything to do with any kind of arts, singing, dancing, artwork, TV, podcast, whatever it is, they're going to pick 6 pairs and then they develop either an event, a project. And so that event is really important because there's people who are interested in art, but they're like, I don't have a mentor, I don't have a mentee. At this event, they're going to do, Miss Collins is going to do some event activities where you get to meet somebody and maybe from there you find your match. So
wonderful.
That's why it's an artist meet and greet.
So there'll be a pool of people
that are interested in applying for the grant. Some have a match and some don't. Like we're planning to apply and we already have a match. But we haven't applied yet. The applications are open. You can find it on my website. And I tell you, anytime there's a good opportunity, some people say, oh, well, if you tell everybody, then the ones that we need to open it up to different audiences.
Well, I think it's important that you just noted you're applying for the grant so that even though this event is taking place in your facility, it is not your event.
It is not.
And that's what you want. You want people to come in and feel this is your place. This is your ViMa Row location with your organization to come in and feel what was the third one on there? Could you put the slide again?
It's the 100 Girls Leading.
Okay, the 100 Girls Leading.
And
that's
we're having
on
a meeting on the 7th at my space.
Okay.
And these are all the women that are interested in getting involved in some kind of way. Maybe they want to donate. Maybe they want to volunteer. Maybe they want to sit on a committee. The mentoring day itself is one day, a one-day mentoring event. And professional women throughout the state volunteer and do something, have an activity on makeup, have an activity on, Soundview participates and they do a media, like little things, so the girls get to be like anchors and all that. So that'll be on the part that I'll be volunteering at. But it's just amazing. And Bobby Brown runs that. You can look it up on the website. Yeah. Sign up. You don't even need an invitation to come, but you should register. And keep telling people to come.
Yes, that's it. Actually, I believe I told you that I wanted to take a group from where I work for a tour. Just go and stop by, take a tour.
Absolutely.
Go check it out. You've got
have
nothing
a little
to lose.
Activity or something
you have
we
nothing
could
to
do there.
lose.
Absolutely.
But I think that if you're the kind of person that would like to consider doing something new, perhaps maybe reading a book. A little book club, a reading club. Maybe you want to do a reading club, a couple of people. Hey, let's do a reading club. Something as simple as that, or something very creative. You've got the facility for it. Take advantage of it. Take advantage of ViMa Row.
So we have already on roster 4 teaching artists, and they're going to be doing workshops on jewelry. They're going to be doing workshops on painting. We wanted to take the vision board to a different level. So at the end, it's going to be a vision journal because it's a 3-part series that we're going to be doing. And really, really important that I mentioned is that we're very family friendly. I had somebody that did a birthday party, and the mom did the birthday party in the main space, and her daughter did her party in the classroom. So and we don't nothing with liquor. So if people want to, and one of the best things I got to make sure I mention. So Rise Up, the group that I was telling you, is giving us an arbor. And it just so happens that I know a couple of people that are justice of the peace. One of them being my daughter. So I'm like, how awesome would this be if people got married here? Because they go to City Hall and I've seen it, but they're so informal and they don't need like a big space. That they could get married, have a little ceremony right there. It's just no liquor.
Possibilities are endless.
And I'm open to people sharing ideas, figuring out how we could collaborate, and we've done events where we can't give everybody free space. We just can't do that. But we figure out if they make a little donation, if somebody else brings like food, you can pull it together without killing yourself. And I want the community to know we're here, that we're open, and as I've always done, I want to serve my community the best way that I can.
And I think this is a wonderful way of serving your community in a way that they can be united, because this gives an opportunity for 2 or 3 different organizations to be in the same building at the same time. They pass by, hey, how you doing? They're connecting.
Get to meet each other, and something else might come of it.
Yeah, I think that is just wonderful. How long ago did you begin this?
So I started the company a little over 2.5 years ago, and then we've been in this space for about 15 months.
15 months.
15 months, and people are still getting to know who we are. So word of mouth is really important. We rely a lot on social media because we don't have a lot of staff. We always could use volunteers to be greeters, to work at the little store, volunteer at the little store until we can find some money. And then sometimes the furniture that we get, a lot of people donate furniture and they can get a tax write-off for that. People can donate through Rise Up for us and let us know that you did that, and that will come to us. They could donate all types of art activities. I tell people, listen, a blue broken crayon still colors blue.
Yes.
So that really doesn't matter, because sometimes we need to have something. We're having a meeting with a parent or an artist, and they bring their child to keep them busy. There's just everything to us is valuable. And every so often, when we get things that we've had in our warehouse for some time, the plan is to give it away to somebody that needs it. Either that or sell it at very, very low cost. So we're in it to support the community. We want to do training programs. We want to be able to do more in our woodworking shop, like have kids
That's
that are
pretty
making benches
exciting.
and tables.
That is exciting.
I love it. We were painting this weekend. One of our teaching artists that's helping us on this project is Lori Bloom. And she's doing a able table for the North End Little League. And it's got like a baseball theme on it, and the kids were painting it. They've been kind of working on it over the last few months. So we'll install it early in the spring. So we're excited.
If you've never seen an able table, go check it out over there. It's in the making. It's very creative. And again, the opportunities are endless. The creativity, the opportunity for creativity to develop is unbelievable. Carmen, I would say that you want the audience to know. You want them all to go there. Carmen wants you all there at that facility. And I just think it's a beautiful opportunity to go downtown Bridgeport in a place that has recently been developed because you've been changing it. But most of all, it's grassroots efforts. We need to encourage those grassroots efforts because that's how we're going to build community, that's how we're going to grow and just serve the community in general.
There's some, nonprofits are hit very hard. I've heard of programs that have lost funding. I mean, I tell people you don't need your own private space to work together and use the space. We just have to manage the schedule. Yes. So anything, when I tell you that anything is possible, Lourdes, anything is really possible. I'm hoping to do some stuff so that I get more kids to do the podcast, but I want to do a class about language and listen, you could have a debate without having to curse or all of that.
Exactly.
So I'm just excited by the things that could happen there. And just the people that I love that have just been, I have to mention my girlfriend, Selena Daniels, who I think you met. And when I tell you that there's people that hold you, like they're always talking about you and like you and all the people that have been so incredibly helpful to me and believe in me. I'm telling you, I stand on a lot of shoulders to help make this happen. So I want to make sure that we give back.
And you do every single day. We want everyone to remember ViMa Row, ViMa Row, ViMa Row on John Street in Bridgeport. Drive by, look at that mural. You can call. Do we have the website that we can, the page that we can put back on there?
Yeah, the website is here.
Okay.
You mean the page with our contact info?
Right, okay. ViMa Row and Company, and you can contact them. Here's a number, call 650-0489. Go visit them. You can't miss that mural. You can't get lost.
You can't miss it. And we painted the building. Matter of fact, that the artist that did that, Jay Naylor, did that Hope, and he did that the mural that's on our building as well.
Nice. So again, for soundviewtv.org and Connecticut at your service, here's the best example of a Connecticut at your service, the one who created this program, Connecticut at your service. Until next time.